everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome to you too. Of course I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you're not subscribed, of course I always hope that you click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. For today's DIY we are going to use the smaller tumbler towel blocks. The measurement of my bigger and my smaller tumbler towel blocks you will find in the description box down below. Of course my container with everything inside, but the most important I use is the wood glue. You can use some hot glue. With this DIY you can easily use some hot glue, so if you don't have wood glue you can use some hot glue. And of course I have here some paint. This is just an example because this will not be the color we are going to use. And of course we have an old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. These are the main things we need for this DIY. What we're going to do, we are going to make two sizes of little chicken. Of course I hope you call it chicken. Maybe you call it, maybe I think we call it in the Dutch, we call it kuiken. So I will look it up if you call it also chicken, but I think chicken is more a grown-up one. But and you have a rooster, that's the male size of it, and you have chicken, and I don't know how you call the little peeps or maybe something. I will look it up. Look it up. So I hope you join me. So we're going to start with the smaller size. We're going to do two sizes, but of course you can make as many as you like. Of course we have now 4 rows of 7. So 4 rows of 7, and you just lay them flat on the table and you do some glue on the smallest line of the block. Of course you can also place them on the side, but then you need lots and lots more blocks than right now. So this is 7, and now we do this one, and of course it will be much thicker, but then with this one I need a stand under it. But if you do them on the side, then it's easier to do it without a stand. And this one, you will see, it needs to go down. And again, I don't know if I ever made little chickens before. You call it a jig, or you call it jog. I also saw standing, but it's let's say Google has a little bit difficulty to say exactly how it is in English. There's standing chick, there is jugs, if I'm correctly. So it is a mix up from different names. But I know if I say to you little chickens, you know also what I mean. And I think a lot of you, I'm going to press them now together, and always at the ending, give it a press on the outside. So again, do it over here. Make sure that they glue nicely together, and then give it some pressure. Make sure that everything stays down, and give it some pressure at the ending. We get our wet towel because we're going to clean it up. And again, place it straight up. Do it fast. Don't hesitate. Always do it fast. This way. And place it straight up. Clean up your mat. And you do the back side. And you see already one of my blocks is totally crooked over here, but we're going to work with it. And again, do it fast, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and we do the back side. And now we do the last one. And again, straight up, and we just do it the back side. And now if you want to be sure, I do it most of the time, I do it with my fingers. I feel and I can easily make a straight line. But if you want to be sure you have a carpenter square, if you don't have one, you can place it also on the side. And again, press it with your tops of your fingers down. And then again, place it down again. Over here, just press it down. And if it goes out of each other, it doesn't matter. You just glue it back together again. And this one, press it down. And again, you're going to give it a half minute drying. Now we have our 4 pieces, and we're going to lay them in a row, in a row, not in a roll. So again, we do some glue over here. And we do a little bit of glue over here. And this one over here, place it down, press it together, place it down, press it together. And the last one, we make 1 plank out of it, and again we're going to press it gently and make sure, try to fill in the open gaps as best as we can. Always make sure with this one that one side needs to be straight. The top is not important because we do get our saw and we're going to saw a little on the top, but the underside needs to be straight. So make sure, look which one you is the best, and then always go back and make sure that it is a straight line. And feel with your fingers that you also decide having in a nice length. And again, I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to turn it and do the back side. So now we cleaned up also the back side, and we're going to place it aside on another mat, and we're going to let this dry in for at least an hour, hour and a half, because we are going to do a little bit of sewing, not too much, but only a little piece to make the top round. The underside will be straight, but the top will be round, but you see that later, and that's why you need to let it at least an hour, hour and a half drying. So now we're going to make the base for our bigger one, and this will be 5 rows high, but of course you can go also for 6 rows high. That's just what you like. For me, it doesn't have to be really much bigger. I want to have them a little bit on the same size. So we have 5 rows of 10, so 5 rows of 10, and we just simply do it also on the side, on the smallest side of the blocks. And also here I'm going to, you see already, I have one big piece which is totally a piece out of my blocks, but I'm going to try to work with it and just place it inside, because I want to don't want to throw away blocks which are crooked, because it's also a waste of your money. So I hope that you don't have this kind of bad pieces inside of your package, but of course if you do, we are going to work with it. It's always also a challenge to do, because when everything is perfect, it's totally fine, but also DIYing is not perfect. So at least not with me. My DIYs are never going the way I hope them to be, but at the end, it always turns out nice. So don't let it discourage you just to go ahead, because challenges are always there. And again, the last pieces, don't worry, I do it as fast as you can, but if you do it together with me, then we are doing it at the same time, the same blocks, and it takes a little bit of your time. And this is the row number 4 of 10, and like this, and the last one already. And like I told you, I'm going to make a stand under it, because I like that they can stand on his own. But you can also use them in a kind of wreath. You don't have to do them in a stand. And you also can give them a little hook on the back side, and you can also hang them. So you don't have to do it the way that I do. There are many, many ideas you can do. And press it together, and here the same. Press it on the till one piece, and then at the ending, always give it a push on the side. And again, always over here, and press it together. And if it's a possibility that it pops out if you do it too fast, but it doesn't matter, just glue it back together again and press it. And the last one, we're going to press together like this, and we're going to clean it up. It's also again very easy to do. I just go over here, because or else my towel is under it, and again place it straight up, clean up your mat like this, and then you turn it over and do the back side. Here the same, place it straight up like this, and you do the back side. Here the same, place it straight up, do it fast, and you do the back side. Now the number 4 and number 5, and again straight up, clean up your mat, and you do here the same, place it straight up, clean up your mat, and then you see, now we do the back side. I have here a bed block in between, and I have one over here like this. I don't always get how you can do it in you can see it, but of course I know it will be making with machinery, so they don't see it, but I think you can't sell this one, but they do. We are going to make them in a straight line again, because we're going to row them until one piece, because we want to sew it later. And again, this one over here. And if you want to do it your own, just place it straight up, do it with your thumbs, top of your fingers, and then squeeze it together. Now we're going to let it rest for a half minute. So now we're going to turn them this way and this way. And now we have them in one row. And I think I'm going to place them over here. So I'm sure I have to look for, this one will be on the top because we are going to need a piece of sewing. So I'm going to look for where I can have them the best. And I'm not on the underside, so I'm going to sew this piece already off. So I think it will work. We will see if I'm correct or not. We're going to place some glue on the side of the top of the block. Over here, you do it the same. And number 3. And number 4. And again, we're going to place it down, place it down, place it down, and place it down. And we're going to make sure that we have them in a straight line, gently fill in the open gaps as best as we can, like this. And of course, go also back and make sure that the sides are feeling nicely. And then again, you're going to clean up your mat of your block, not your mat, of course also your mat, but your blocks. And you're going to go back, make sure that everything is glued nicely together. And make sure that the underside is straight. And then we're going to let it rest in for at least a couple of minutes, and then we're going to turn it. So in the meantime, while our 2 planks are drying, our bigger one and our smaller one, we are going to make the stands where he will stand in later. And I like always to give it a little bit of a piece around it, so I can do some pieces inside. You can do some greenery inside, some flowers, some little Easter eggs. You can do them for the fall season, because a little chick is also for, you can use for the fall. Change the colors a little bit and you're already fit to go. So you can change it for more seasons than one. We have now, the bottom is 1 row of 11. Of course you can do 2 rows of 11 and make it wider, so you have a bigger little box. But I'm going to go for 1 because I want to keep it a little bit smaller, and because I also have now the smaller chick. And again, we're going to row them very simply together like this and make 1 piece out of it. Like this, and the number 10 and number 11 is the closure up. You're going to squeeze them this way and press it together, and we're going to clean it up from the top side. And now we're going to place it straight up, and you see already now he's going in 2 pieces. It's not a problem. We just clean up our mat, turn it over and glue them together and clean it up like this. Place it straight up. Do with your tops of your fingers, and again press it down, and then let it fall down and press it. And now we're going to place this aside and let it dry in. Now we're going to do the border around it. So now we are going to have our bottom, and of course we're going to do the border, and the border will be 2 rows of 2. And I see already this one is totally, maybe you can see it. I think you already see it when against my black sweater. He is so out of line. This one I can't use because this will not be great. I will use it later. So 2 rows of 2 and 4 rows of 4. And we do a little glue on the top side this way and just place it together. Do it on the top side, place it together. Over here and over here. Like this. And you do the row number 2. And this is such an easy way just to make a simple border around your pieces. And you can make it as high as you do. I do it too high, but you can do it of course even bigger, but I don't do it too big. And again, number 3. And now we just simply row them together like this. And number 2. And number 3. Feel with your fingers that you have them in a straight line as best as you can. And number the 2 pieces of 2. And now we're just simply getting our towel, and we're going to wipe away the glue on the top side, clean it up, and of course do the back side. And we place this one on the top, clean it up, do the sides, and then do the back side also. And you see already with this one also, you see already, oh, the sizes in between my, oh, here you are. The size is so much bigger than the other one, but it doesn't matter. We're going to place them aside. We glue this one together. And you see already, also with me, it is totally working against me, but we don't give up. And again to this side, clean it up. And we're just going to roll it over, do this side, and always go back, feel with your fingers, make a straight line. And over here the same. We just roll it over and do the back side. And the last one, just roll it over, place it together, and then clean it up. And believe me, later if you have let it dry in for a couple of minutes, then it will stick nicely together. So again, we give it a couple of minutes before we're going to glue them together. So now you see we did wait a couple of minutes, and now we're going to place one on the side and one on the side over here and one on the side over here. And I see already I did it totally wrong for the two pieces. I'm thinking, but what do I do wrong? But I do. So we're going to break them this way, and we're going to need to dry them this way. So you do a little bit of glue on the smallest line of the block and then glue them together. I did it totally wrong. I was looking at it and I thought this is strange, but now I see what I did wrong. So again, we make a little block out of it. So again, clean it up and do the back side and do this side. And then you are fit to go. And now you have the same as me. So make sure that you have a straight line. And of course, we are going to do for this one, we're going to do some glue on the side over here. And for this one also, make sure that you have it totally glued together. And even when a block is loose, it doesn't matter, it glues later easy together. So don't worry, just place it together, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line. You're going to clean it up like this, and over here, go back, make sure that you have a straight line, place it straight up. And always it's really important that you remove your glue, because later you have a lot of troubles get it painted or spray painted. So again, we clean it up, do the back side like this. And now we're going to let this dry in for at least, I think 5 until 10 minutes. So now we're going to get our bottom, and this the row of 11 we just made. And of course, what we're going to do is very easy. We're going to get our smaller block, and I'm going to do some glue on this side, on the underside, and just place it over here. You do here the same, some glue on the underside, and then place it on this side against each other. Very easy, fill in the open gaps, and you're just going to let it dry in for a little moment. So now we have our two little ones over here. Now we're going to place this one on the side. We do some glue on the smallest line of the block and we go under. So very gently, and you go up again and again go back. Make sure that every piece has a little bit of your glue, and we just simply place it straight up and place it against here. We do this one the same. We do some glue on the side. We go under, over here, and we go up again like this. And we're going to place this one aside, and we just place this one straight up and also against here. Press only on the underside, not on the top side, like this. And if you're happy with how the shape is, then let it dry in for at least, I think, 15-20 minutes. So now we're going to make the one for the smaller chick. And of course we have two doubles, but now we do them correctly in one time. So we do two sets of 2 straight up, and we have 4 sets of 3 we are going to glue on the top side. So again, this one on the smallest line over here, and this one will be on the tops, and we do this 3. And again, also with this one, I do it too high, but you can do an extra one if you want to have it even higher, but your chick is what smaller, shorter, so I won't do it too high if I were you, because or else you don't see a lot of your little chicken. And again, this one, and over here we're going to squeeze them, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and we're going to squeeze this one. We're going to clean up the tops, place it off the table, and do the back side. We do here the same. Squeeze it, clean up your mat, and again this one. And here we do the same, just from the top off. And of course you're going to turn it and clean it, but I think you already know now how to do it. So now again we're going to place this one on the side, and of course this one, and we do some glue on top of here, over here, and this one. And we're going to place them together until one piece, and gently squeeze it like this. And here the same. And we're going to press it together, and we're going to clean it up, place it straight up, do the underside, and then we're going to turn it again. We do here the same. Place it straight up, clean up your mat, and of course do the back side. And always go back, feel with your fingers that everything has a nice line you want to have, because later you can't change it if the glue is drying on. So again, we're going to place this aside and going to make the bottom. So for the bottom we have 8 blocks on a row, so 8 blocks, and we just do some glue over here and just row them very simple together. And this one, and the last. And we just simply squeeze it together until one piece, and then press it on the outside, clean it up, and we're going to place it straight up again, and we do the back side, and then we're going to make sure that he has a straight line, and going to let it dry in for at least maybe a minute of 10. So now we have our piece of 8. We're going to get a smaller one, and we do some glue on the underside, just a little line, and just place it over here. You do here the same, just a little bit of glue on the underline, and just simply place it over here, and then press it together. Make sure that you have a straight line, and you're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. Now we are getting our bigger blocks, and we do some glue on the smallest line, go under, and we go up again. So we're going to place it over here and place it straight up like this. You do here the same, do some glue over here, go under, and go up again. And this one, and just simply you have your little box and stand for your little chicken or chick, how you call it. And again, we're going to let this dry in. If you're happy with the shape, then let it dry in for at least a half hour. So now we're going to make 2 simple feet for the bigger one. So we have 2 whole blocks, and we do some glue on this side, and of course we do some one on the top, do some glue on this side and place it on top, squeeze them on the side like this over here, and we're going to get our towel, and we're going to wipe away the glue also on the back side, and make sure that you have them in a straight line like this. Clean it up and do the back side, and we also lay them over here, and we're just going to let it dry in for a little moment, because also here we're going to cut off a little piece. So you don't use a big saw, you can easily use a hand saw and just cut off a little piece, because I don't want it to have totally the whole block. Before we're going to let it dry in totally, we're going to take 2 half blocks. A lot of you already know I always have a little bag with half blocks over here, and you see already some blocks have already a line inside. They need to be cut in half, so I already have them laying for here. I'm going to take 2 half blocks. I'm going to place this one on the side. Of course I have to look, this is the side, and then I'm going to do some glue. And of course you see already I do it wrong, totally wrong. It doesn't need to be on the side, on the smallest, but on the wider side. So sorry. Over here, and we're going to place it this way. You do here the same, and you place it on the other one, and just totally at the ending of your line like this. You're going to squeeze it together clean up the top side, and again turn it over and do the back side. Always go back, make sure that you have a straight line like this. And then you're going to get the other two. Do some glue on the wider side of the block over here, and you do the same over here. And again, you're going to squeeze them, clean it, and then get it off your table and do the back side. You also can place them straight up and make sure that they have a straight line. So this way is also a possibility, and let it dry in for at least an hour before we're going to cut off a little of the top. So now we're going to do for the smaller chicken, we do the same, but we take one block. So we do 1 and 2 little halves. So again, you do some glue over here and glue it over here, and this one on this side, and then squeeze it together until one piece, and squeeze real hard. And now it looks really strange that you think this will not be a feet, but trust me, later you will think it works fine. But of course you don't have to do it. You can do maybe something different, so you don't have to do it the way that I do. So again, some glue on this side, place it over here, some glue on this side, place it over here, and you're going to squeeze it and press it together, and you turn it around and do this side, and then place it straight up. Make sure that everything is fitting nicely like this, and then you're going to let this dry also for at least, I think maybe an hour, and then you can saw a little piece of the top off. So now we're going to get our smallest plank, and this is the 4 rows of 7. So this is the smaller chicken. We have of course our 2 rows. We're going to get row number 3 and the middle. 7 is of course the half of this one. You just place a little dot over here and over here and over here, and this way we're just going to go simply just a little line around, and you go to the other side. Just do it lightly, then you always can change it up. So again, you go from this side and just let it feel like kind of an egg. So over here, you always go back and go back later. If you don't like it, you just change it up a little, and you can even make the marks over here that you have with one block stay in between and over here. So this is a little bit how it will look like. It's a simple egg. You just do it from the second one over here and until the middle one over here. Now we're going to get our bigger one, and you see already we have now the 5 rows of 10, and we do again from 3 rows, and now we do the second one over here and over here, and the middle one will be 5. So you have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you take number 5 is over here, and now you're going to go do a little bit the same like you did with the first one. You're just going to go and try to get it fitting over here, and over here will be in the second block you need to come over. And now you're going to go and try to cut as many of your back block width is possible, like this. And now you also have an egg, and of course later we're going to make this a little bit more round. So now I have my 2 shapes, and I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to get my jigsaw, but you can easily do this also with a hand saw because it's not a lot of sawing. So, but you can also maybe ask someone to do it for you. But with this one, an egg you never get with the total of the blocks. Always you need to cut a little piece. So I'm going to go to the garage and I'm going to cut it off. So you see already I have now the tops in a kind of a little bit of an egg shape. And what I'm going to do now, we're going to go to the garage and we're going to cut off a little piece of this one. And I think I do it almost a little high. You see in a moment what I mean. And of course this one also, I'm just going to cut off this piece. And I'm going to do this with all 4 of them. This will be for the bigger one and this will be for the smaller one. So you see, I did cut off a little piece on the top side. I think maybe it's a little bit the size like the nice, a little bit smaller than the wide of your block. Just choose a little bit what you think it's enough to saw off. And in the scrapbook pieces, I found a little piece of this one, and I'm going to use this as a nose because it's more kind of like a triangle. And I'm going to place this one over here to use it as a nose, and I have here and also a smaller one. So if everything is correctly, you also have scrapbook pieces which is falling off. You can cut off. I did get my tool and just cut off a little piece of it, and then I can easily glue it on this side, of course. So now we're going to paint first the pieces we need. And you see already now we have all the pieces. We have 2 boxes, we have 2 eggs, and we have 2 noses, 2 feet of each kind. So we are going to paint, and you can choose any color. I will do this yellow, this probably white, this orange, and of course the nose also will be orange. So these are the colors. You see in a moment how they turned out. So I have all my pieces painted except for the eyes, but they will be later on top of here. First we're going to do the smaller one, and we do the smaller little feet, and of course we are going to place them over here, and we're just going to look for which where we like the best. I don't do it totally on the underside because you place it in a little box, then you wouldn't see the underside. So you place them a little bit higher like this. So I'm going to do some glue over here on this side, not too much, just a little, and place them over here. I do here the same, just a little, and just place them not too far out of each other like this. And of course make sure that you have the middle 1 2 3 3 4, and this is of course also 3.5. So make sure that you have the middle line like this, and then just press it lightly down like this and give it a little moment to dry in. So now I'm going to get my little not a square, triangle over here, and I'm going to do a little bit glue on the back side, and I'm just going to glue it in the middle over here. Of course again you have the in the middle, this one, and you just place it over here. You don't have to do it too high, and the eyes will be later over here, but I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure like this. And we're going to let this dry in also. So now we have the bigger one. We also have of course the bigger feet, and we're going to place them also a little higher. Look for which side you like the best for the feet, because sometimes when you change it, it looks much different than when you are going to. And you see this one is also, I'm going to go for this, and this will be of course 10 blocks. 3 4 5 is the middle. So I'm going to keep this one over here. And I'm going to make sure that this one goes a little bit over here, like this. And then we're going to do some glue, just in the middle, not too much. And just place it down. And here the same. We just simply place it down. And we're going to let it dry in for a little moment. And of course, we are going to do this triangle, and we do a little bit of glue on the side. And we just place it also in the middle of the line, because you have number 5, and you just simply place it over here and let it dry in. So now I have my feet, I have of course my nose. Now I'm going to do the eyes. You can use a half wooden bead or maybe a cardboard round and paint it black, but I'm just going to do it with the back side of my brush, and I just simply dab it in my paint, only the back side. And I'm going to make a little round first over here, and then I'm going to make a second one, because I always keep it easy. I'm going to turn it around and make sure that I have it on the same line that I have my other one. And if I have the 2 little dots, I'm going to widen it out a little, because I want to have them a little bit bigger than this. So just simply just make it a little bigger, and also over here. And then always look if you have the same round, as big as you can, this way and over here. And if you're happy with the shape, then let it dry. Now I want to give my chicken a little bit of a blush tint, so I can get my orange, and I'm just going to dab it off as much as I can. This way, just make it clean as much as you can. And of course, there's more paint in it than you always think, so always make sure that he is empty as best as you can. So gently, you're just going to make little rounds over here and over here. Just simple go one direction, other direction, and then go back and forth until you're happy with the little round which is there. So now we get a little blush. So now I have my simple face on top of here, and of course you can change it up any way you like, because this is just my base example. I've used a couple of pipe cleaners. My idea was to do yellow and white, but I don't like it. I only like the white. So I'm going to make a set of 3 over here, and I'm just going to do them on the same length, of course, like this. And I'm going to double them up over here and make sure that I have them over here. I'm going to cut them like this, and now I'm going to cut also this piece, and I'm not going to cut them, I'm just going to squeeze them. So very simple. On the underside you just simply squeeze them together until one piece over here. And now I'm going to do some glue on the back side. Very simple, some hot glue. Make sure that you do it nicely. Don't do it too, how you call it? But try to do it as neat as you can, because you don't want big pieces on the back side. So again, we're going to let it dry in for a little moment. And then we're going to let it dry for at least, because the eyes are not totally dry, we're going to let it dry in for 20 minutes. So now the only thing we need to do is, of course, we're going to make a bow, and I'm going to make them from very simple, just the way you tie your shoes. I'm going to do it from some rope, but you can use some ribbon, you can use anything you like. I think you already know how to make your bow. So now the last step, what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to glue it inside of our little box. And of course, I'm going to do some glue on the underside, but on the middle, only on the middle over here. And I do some hot glue. I do at the ending. That means that he stays in place already immediately. And that's what we want over here. And now we place it in the middle of our box. Like this. Look for if you have it where you want to have it. And then you're going to press it down and let it dry in for a little moment. And then he can already stand on his own. So you see, he is already standing on his own. I do the smaller one also, and you see in a moment the quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling towel blocked little chicken. Of course, I'm so happy how this one turned out. And like I told you earlier, you can change it up any way you like. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoyed it also. And if you do and you want to miss nothing, come on over and just click the red subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.